Welcome back, and today we're gonna talk about Listeners episode 6. Now remember, usually on Fridays I will make my video on Appare Raman, but that anime got delayed until further notice, so we're gonna go back to Listeners. So like always, let's just jump into it. About 4 or 5 weeks ago when I made my first video on Listeners, I really didn't like the story that much. I wasn't invested in it. I did like the characters. I still love Myu and Echo. I think they're great characters. But the whole mech thing definitely turned me off. I'm not too much into mech animes. And the fact that this turned into, the mechs fighting the earless and stuff like that, I was kind of turned off by it. But now that I watched all 6 episodes and kind of have a better grasp of the story, I gotta say I am enjoying the story a little bit better now. The fact that they introduced Jimi Stonefree, which turns out is Myu's older brother, I like that whole mystery side of the story now, because our main characters are searching for Myu, older brother Jimi, because something happened about 10 years ago with the World Fest where they were planning to get rid of all the earless, and it turns out that Jimi kind of went rogue and it just went to hell. Everything just kind of went into chaos mode and the earless started killing everybody and stuff like that. So really we see that Jimi is being blamed for this event, but as the episodes go on, we find out that really the earless are not violent. They're not really, out to kill humans or anything like that. In fact, there's a whole population of the in the Gnome Kingdom, the city in the wall or whatever, where Ross is from. They all coexist with the earless. There's nothing really going anything wrong there. So the fact that the earless can coexist with humans, and the humans and the players were the ones that make the first move to pretty much make the earless go extinct or whatever, it's a big deal, because it pretty much shifts the story into who is wrong, right? Into a moral issue, because we don't know exactly what happened to make this event happen. Like, we know that Jimi tried to stop it, so is Jimi like the good person or is he like the villain? Because again, we see that all we know from episode 1 was that the earless were like bad and they were killing people, but it turns out it's deeper than that. They can actually coexist. Now, my theory with this is that it's actually the players that are the ones that can control the earless, and using the sound or whatever is the thing that makes the earless go violent. And because of this, we have the misconception that the earless are evil. But in reality, if the players were gone or players didn't exist, we would see that the earless were actually be just peaceful people, and that they will mind their own business. So I am invested in the story now, but we are chasing after Jimi, and every time we get to a certain point, they tell us, oh, Jimi is not here. He could be over here. Then once we get to there, they'll be like, oh, he's not here anymore. He's over here. And it's kind of like the Mario game where you beat the game and Bowser tells you, well, the princess is not here. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like at this point. But I can't wait to find out what Jimi is all about. I'm pretty sure his story, his flashbacks, and all the character development that we're going to get with Myu and her memories, right? Because that's a big part of the anime right now as well. We don't know exactly what happened to Myu in order for her to lose her memories. Maybe Jimi had something to do with that. But one thing that's for sure is that Jimi must be one heck of a character, because every character that we met that has seen or met Jimi, they're all fascinated by him. I mean, we have Denka. That dude is in love with Jimi for 10 years, and he's, regretting that he betrayed everybody because of the love that he feels for Jimi. And Ross, even Ross speaks very well of Jimi. So the fact that everybody that we met so far has spoken great things about Jimi, that should tell you that Jimi is actually a good person. Maybe he's trying to create his own plot to save the earless, because we see he's the only one that actually tried to stop the World Fest from happening once he found out that it was all a plot to pretty much kill every earless in the world, because they have a way to lure all the earless to one spot, and after that all the players were gonna attack and pretty much kill all the earless, and obviously Jimi saw something wrong with that and tried to stop it, and that's what caused all the earless to go, I guess, into chaos and start killing everybody in the area. area. And Ross she has a very sad story because I'm guessing she's the only human in that wall, in that town or island named the Wall. She's the only human we saw, and she can control the earless to some extent. She was able to summon them and stuff like that. But the fact that she saw her family being killed when she was a little kid and growing up by herself in that island, you know, she's definitely has some psychological issues. Now, all the characters that we met so far, I've been loving it, and they're really nice characters, but I really want to know what Jimi is and what his whole plan is, because he's the big mystery right now. And of course, we got to learn what Myu and her whole, like, losing all her memories. Once she gets that back, what's going to happen with the story? Because I feel like that's going to be a big event whenever it happens. Once she gets her memories back, I feel Jimi has something to do with that. So I can't wait till that happens. I can't wait till Jimi and Myu actually meet. And how is Echo going to react? Because every time Echo meets a new player or whatever, he's trying to get the autograph and all that stuff. And it's really funny. I do like whenever they do the comedy with Echo and how, you know, how he's a fanboy for all these players. So I am enjoying the anime now that I was able to watch all 6 episodes back to back and not having to wait on a weekly basis. So I will keep watching this, especially, you know, there's only 12 episodes. We're at the halfway point. And if Apare Raman were to come back, well, I'll just be making 2 videos on Fridays to, you know, keep up with both animes, because I am enjoying both. So like always, let me know what you thought of this episode. Go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode.